folks. This is Mukesh Goswami, and I'll be walking you through the overall presentation about this investment opportunity. And I'll basically cover uh, most of the content in first 30 minutes or so, and then we'll open up for question answers, open discussions, and we can deliberate deeper into any aspects that you may be interested in. So, a bit about myself. I am the President and Chief Strategy Officer for US Rain Fund. Uh, I'm a technology person. I had spent about 27 years in software industry and co-founded multiple startups. So far, all my startups had been in core technology areas. This is my first venture, which is in a blended space of technology and real estate. I have been a real estate investor in my individual capacity for last 20 years, and I had been promoting and evangelizing real estate investment among my friends and uh, near ones, talking about my strategies and all that. So that's my background so far. Right. So today we are talking more about real estate, and it's my personal belief that there are a lot of people who uh, kind of have real estate on their mind somewhere very actively, and you probably love this domain, or you may probably get intimidated by the nuances of the domain. But this is one harsh reality that in today's day and time, you cannot ignore real estate. You are part of this domain in one way or the other. So why not learn a little bit more about it? Uh, Owning a piece of real estate comes with its own pride, as well as comes with a little bit of intimidations by the hassles involved. And the objective is, how do we increase the factor of pride and decrease the factor of hassles in our everyday life with respect to real estate. So just some of the few statistics. Real estate is one of the largest contributor to passive income, and a lot of people have built their passive incomes through real estate only. It is still one of the most dependable source for your retirement income, and people do park a lot of wealth in real estate as a contingency fund. And eventually, in a very conventional and traditional mindset, this is the most common way of passing on your wealth to next generation. So a lot of people are already doing it. So why not get into details and understand a little bit more how you can do it for yourself? So today I'm going to cover the background, the whole context about what we are going to talk about, where I come from, and what had been my forays in real estate. Then I'm going to talk about the company that has set up the structure for everyone to invest and create an opportunity for growth. And lastly, I will talk specifics about what we bring to the table and how you can join the journey. So this is going to take about 30 minutes overall, and then we will dive deeper into the question answers. Move on, please. So, uh, a bit about my particular background in real estate. I consider myself a chain breaker and disruptor because I do not think and act in a more conventional way. Rather, I would say that unconventional thinking has become my norm. This is my third startup, and my startups had always been kind of thinking in a, I would say, very different approach to the same problem that many others are working on. And that's why I see that there is always a room for alternate thinking and kind of changing the game and overall landscape whenever you apply technology and unconventional thinking together. So, as a remote investor, I had been growing my real estate portfolio for last 10 plus years, and I can say that today I am spread out in 10 different states. I do hold properties in more than 10 states, and all these properties that I built over a period of time, I did acquire them as a passive remote investor, and it was purely financial prudence that I applied, no emotional attachment into it, because it's my business, right? And I experimented with a process where a lot of people buy real estate by having a very close proximity to that property, or getting involved into the operations, but against all odds, I have never visited any of my property either during the purchase cycle or even during the operation cycle. I had been managing it remotely, and I never involve any property managers. I never involve realtors in general. So that's how I had been able to build my own growth engine, which is use of technology in a smart way, putting my intellect in the way, and building a process that basically created the overall business model. So it's truly unconventional that sitting from the comfort of my home, I have built this portfolio, and this portfolio is working great in terms of numbers. It's hard to believe, but I'm still generating cash on cash yield of 15% and higher per year. Typically, you will see more like 6, 7, 8 kind of yield, but my portfolio personally is giving me more than 15% year on year. And I have done multiple cycles of 1031 exchange, which is you sell one property, deploy the capital gains into another property, and defer your tax liabilities. And by way of smartly doing that, I have been able to achieve more than 2.5 multiple in a 3-year time horizon for many properties. Somehow, my portfolio is more uh, skewed in terms of single family homes, and there are some multifamily homes as well. But so far, individually, my portfolio had been more of a single family home. So, with that, this is my past. Now what's in for me as a next step, and where we are heading, a bit about into uh, next journey, where I'm kind of probably trying to take you all along. So I have done a lot of baby stepping, mastered those steps, and kind of uh, took a lot of risks, calculated risks, and figured out how to mitigate those risks, how to hedge against each other. So now I'm converting those baby steps into a giant leap, and I do want to take along others in that giant leap, so that it's not only me who can benefit, but others can also get the same benefit that I have been able to get those all for myself. So my mission is to leverage collective wisdom and pooled investment so that we can unlock the same avenues of growth that I had been able to unlock for myself. I can unlock it for others as well. Uh, Working from a W-2 income perspective is always great. It gives you a very, very predictable, steady income. But in today's day and time, we all are living in uncertainties, and probably in a stressful situation, wading through the W2 jobs and all that. So why not create a parallel income which is as tangible as W2, and it comes with less hassles and more carefree attitude. On the side, this whole giant leap is going to create a generational wealth, which you can either use for your retirement, you can uh, uh, possibly eliminate the dependency on your social benefits and other limited contingency funds. And even after consuming all that you want, you can either pass it on to next generations or give it away to charity. So I believe that in this kind of giant leap, you will not only achieve a good, tangible, passive income for your current needs, but you will build a lot of surplus for your future retirement as well as maybe for next generation. So what I did is summarizing everything in my own portfolio and creating I would say, a master guide for myself, and launched my real estate startup, which is US Rain LLC. It's a crossover of technology, real estate, and financial prudence. In the process, I found four other co-founders for my business. So total a team of five seasoned business professionals, and we come from different backgrounds, different experiences, and overall, we have blended the technology, finance, corporate, and real estate kind of experience together in creating this team of five co-founders. Now, this whole thing is basically creating an opportunity where, besides five of us, a lot more can join in. So here is the opportunity for all of you to join us in this journey and kind of reap the benefits that we are putting across by this framework. So let's talk a little bit about the company itself, what exactly we have done, and where exactly you can participate in. So US Rain LLC, as the business that I created about 6 months back, we after a lot of diligence and structure, we have come up with a US Rain Fund, URF in short. And this fund is basically a fund that is with an objective of raising $25 million in equity, and that $25 million will power the purchase of $100 million assets in multifamily apartments portfolio. So our motto is that everyone of us who participates in this fund should own a piece of lucrative real estate, but do not inherit the hassles. So the all the hassles of managing the operations are self-contained and packaged, so that the management team can take into look into that efficiently, and while rest of us can just benefit from the overall successful business model. So the core of this fund's investment will go into a diversified portfolio, which is multifamily apartments. It will be in different geographies, in different kind of asset class. So in summary, what is this US Rain Fund? As I said, that I do think in a very unconventional manner, in a disruptive manner. So it's a trailblazer in real estate investment, where our methods, our overall process framework, our kind of thinking is not aligned to most of the players, and we are thinking in a more futuristic and optimized manner than I believe most of the conventional players are kind of leveraging in today's time. So our focus will be only on high yield cash flowing multifamily apartment, and we would target only specific markets where there is either a current growth trend, or we can see that the growth trend is going to uh, get catalyzed in next few years or so. So it's a very specific strategy to spot the deals in those lucrative markets where we are not inundated by the kind of uncertainties of specific markets. Rather, we see a trajectory of growth. And to internally hedge against each other, as well as to mitigate the risks of going up and down in a single asset, we are not going to lock all the capital that we have in a particular asset. Rather, we will create a portfolio of multiple assets, and we will balance the diversities in asset class and geographies, so that whatever optimization we can achieve in managing the operations can be applied, as well as the risks of any particular asset going under the weather for some reason can be mitigated. So a lot of businesses today that seek private placement of money are tied to single assets, and that asset could be large enough, but ultimately it becomes one asset, and your capital is basically dependent on that performance of that one asset instead of providing an internal hedging in that. So our overall goal is to empower our investing members so that we can create parallel income as well as generational wealth. And both these streams are not just another trickle down money, but it's a significant money that we anticipate to generate through this. Our strategy is that we will be rotating capital every 5 to 7 years. So that means that while there will be multiple assets in our portfolio, but each asset will still be following a life cycle of 5 to 7 years, wherein we will acquire, elevate, and operate, and then eventually liquidate this particular asset in a 5 to 7 years life cycle. And this life cycle will give us a significant capital gain on a per asset basis, and that capital gain will grow the fund further to acquire higher higher value properties going forward. And all this is again achieved in a very competitive uh, advantageous manner, which is basically coming from our own proprietary platform. So based on my last 15 plus years kind of research, practical experience, and technology background, I have created this platform called Rain Growth Engine, and that mixes a lot of technology tools and data modeling concepts, creating an automated process framework, and kind of leveraging a lot of operating components in an integrated fashion together, so that this Rain Growth Engine is the kind of vehicle that will take us to the cycles of growth. Next slide, please. So, at the core of URF is our innovative growth strategy. And this growth strategy is basically that, in contrast to many other business models, this is not a time limited model. This is a perpetual, continuously growing fund that will keep on taking significant leaps every few years. So we expect that every few years we will be kind of crossing from one horizon into another horizon of growth. And based on our operating model, based on our capital availability, we will basically change the nature of our portfolio from mid-sized multifamily to large multifamily apartments, and then eventually getting into new developments and creating hybrid portfolios of be it self-storage, be it commercial properties, be it residential properties. So eventually creating a portfolio which basically leverages more of internal hedging over a period of time. So today we are in the first horizon where we are targeting only $100 million in assets, and uh, raising capital for that $100 million from our investors. So a bit about our growth engine, the platform that I'm talking about. This is what I believe is a differentiating factor between us versus others. And uh, I'm personally leveraging a lot of technology. Okay, so the three pillars of my growth engine is technology, people, and process. In terms of technology, we have a little bit of differentiated thinking. We are establishing a 24 by 7 a virtual command center, and this virtual command center is basically powered by AI and ML efficiently in such a way that all day-to-day maintenance issues, all day-to-day modeling of what could be the rent trends, what could be the tenant profiles, what could be the weak spots in our operations. All these are being predicted and corrected based on our models. And then we are leveraging a lot of conversational AI so that without the use of human interactions and creating a kind of time lag based on availability of human resources, we basically can bypass that and rather go into a 24 by 7 self DIY model of operations. We have created a very cohesive network of our vendors, be it a boots on the ground team, be it people who provide us the kind of necessary services like lenders, realtors, or third party service providers like property inspections, appraisals, market studies, and all that. So we have created this cohesive network of vendors who are our kind of support system to provide realistic and day-to-day inputs into managing our operations and ensuring that the things are done at a cost-effective manner. So third leg of my growth engine is the processes. In the process, basically, again, it's a kind of full integrated set of processes, right from spotting a deal to kind of going through the leasing cycle, going through the maintenance cycle, upgrades in between, and then eventually liquidating. So there is a lot in day-to-day operations of a multifamily apartment complex, wherein step by step you want to elevate the reputation of that particular property, you want to efficiently lease it to the right kind of tenants, you collect the rents in a timely manner, and unfortunately if you get into a situation of eviction, you do that eviction in a very efficient manner at a cost effective manner, and you overall keep on improving the the overall net operating income of that particular asset in such a way that over a period of time your net asset value keeps on increasing. So this mix of technology, people, and process gives me that growth engine that we are calling as rain growth engine, and that's the kind of differentiating advantage for us in terms of efficiently managing the portfolio. Next slide, please. So as I talked about, there would be multiple assets at any given point in time in our portfolio, but each asset is going to follow a very unique 5 to 7 years life cycle, wherein it will go through the cycles of acquisition, elevation, operations, and liquidations. So acquisition in a multifamily apartment complex is a very comprehensive stage where you just cannot acquire anything that comes your way. You have to do the market research, you have to spot a deal, you have to do very stringent negotiations, secure the commercial lending, and basically ensure that you follow through all these baby steps so that a right kind of property is under your belt. And then elevation is an ongoing process that you find out the nuances, the low capital improvements that you can do to the property. Your focus is on enhancing the reputation of that particular asset, creating a sense of pride among the tenants so that people compete with each other to get a foothold in that particular property, and then efficiently operate it in such a way that uh, all your operations are less on the cost and high on the income side. And eventually, once you achieve all these baby steps, you reach to a stage where your uh, value of that property goes up and you can liquidate. So in that liquidation process, we expect a significant capital appreciation, and that capital appreciation will take us to next horizon of our growth strategy. Next slide, please. So, talking about what kind of properties we buy and what is our acquisition strategy. Again, this is a very different approach and very, very focused. We don't just go and buy any random properties. We are very focused in landlord friendly states and in the counties where there are low property taxes. So this is one of the big criteria for us. And then we are very simply looking for class A and class B properties, wherein uh, class A and class B properties do have a reputation, do have a lower cost of operations, and they probably come with their own advantages of stability in tenants, steady, uh, stable income, and offer a lot of room for revenue growth by creating revenue heads which are generally not possible in class C or class D assets. Then, in the current market where the loans are in the range of high sevens or sometimes touching eight, we are prioritizing properties which comes with assumable loan. So there are properties that probably secured loans at 3%, 4%, or even below 3% in times when the loans were coming very easy. And many smart property owners have taken the assumable part of those loans, and we are spotting those properties which come with that kind of assumable loan to us. So this gives us a advantage right at the door by taking over a loan at 3.5%, 3.7%, those kind of things. And obviously, there are a lot of motivated sellers who want to get rid of their properties for reasons of distress or not able to manage the operations effectively. So we look for those properties and we buy. As a net result, in current time frame, we are purchasing properties which are less than $10 million in asset value. We are purchasing properties who carry more than $1,000 as average rent per unit. This ensures that the tenant profile is great and the risk of evictions, risk of not paying rent is uh, very, very low if your tenant quality is high. We do not buy properties which are maintaining an average occupancy less than 90%. So these criteria basically are the ones that we hold very close to our heart, and we only step into those properties for acquisition. Next slide, please. So let's talk about what kind of assets we already are having under our belt, and these are the properties that we are about to close in next couple of weeks, and all these have been going through the whole process of acquisition for last few weeks in terms of doing the diligence. So today we are acquiring a 7 million portfolio, two properties of Class A in St. Louis, Missouri, and the properties are Crystal Tower and Florence, two very significantly renovated properties. They are looking like brand new, very stable in terms of uh, day-to-day repairs, day-to-day renovations, and all that. So, literally, nothing that we need to really do with respect to kind of maintain these properties. And these are coming to us at a very lucrative uh, assumable loan. So we negotiated these properties at a below market price, and the loan that we are getting is 3.7% for next 9 years. So these are very advantageous deals coming to us, and we will be proud owners of these two properties within next 2 weeks. It may be just one more week delay because of the holidays, but yes, before Christmas, they will be in our portfolio. Next slide, please. So this is a glimpse of Crystal Towers in St. Louis, one of our property, looking very good, fully occupied, and very, very reputable in that area. Move on, please. The second one, the Florence, in again in St. Louis. Both these properties are coming to us from the same seller, and both are very well maintained and very good properties. So besides these two properties, we are actively underwriting three other assets in St. Louis, and our team is on the ground. As you can see in the photo, they are conducting due diligence and negotiations for these properties. Again, we are looking for Class A, so all buildings that you see are really good buildings, and we are conducting all the baby steps in our due diligence process to ensure that we do not end up in a deal which is not fitting in our strategy. Moving on. So let's talk about the specific opportunity for you all, what all you can gain from this whole proposition. I would like to start with a disclaimer that we are not an investment advisor. We are not kind of licensed to give you any professional advice with respect to investment. We are a company who are bringing you an opportunity. You guys have to do your own due diligence, consult your financial advisors to make sure that you are making the right decisions. Our job is to present all the information and clarify to you whenever you are in doubt. But eventually, you guys have to take your own decisions with respect to the financial investment that you want to make. Moving on, this is how I present that you all can join this movement. I personally call it as a financial empowerment movement. And the modalities to join this is that once you decide to invest in the company, you eventually will become one of the member owners of US Rain Fund LLC. It's a Delaware limited liability company, and to become a member of this company, you need to purchase membership units, and that membership units, as of this offering, is you have to buy a minimum of 250 units, which is $25,000 per pack of 250 units. So minimum investment is $25,000. Once you purchase 250 units, you are one of the member of the business, and as a member you have access to the same set of information as anybody else have, irrespective of what percentage of ownership you have. You will be having the full access to the company financial documents, the company's uh, kind of buying criteria, portfolio performance analysis, and all that. So whatever capital we will raise by selling these membership units will eventually fuel the acquisitions of portfolio, and the operating income of those assets will be distributed as quarterly profits to everybody. And then whenever you guys want to take out your money in terms of exit, you will get the capital appreciation of your money. So there are two kind of offerings that we are offering today is Class A and Class B. I'll go into details of what is the difference between Class A and Class B, but both are priced at $100 per unit today, and you have to bring a minimum investment of $25,000. Next slide, please. So URF subscription offering is a 506C under Regulation D. It's a registered offering with the Securities and Exchange Commission, wherein the specific regulation that we are controlled is uh, Regulation D, Section 506C. And this is open only for accredited investors. Sorry. So in Class A, this is a class of investment where you are not getting affected by the capital events in the company. So it's more like low risk, but overall a kind of steady passive income stream. You will be getting a overall blended 11% return on your capital, and you will be uh, gaining the distribution on quarterly basis, but your initial capital remains locked at the same price. So you are not going to get the benefit of capital appreciation, but you are going to get 11% of distribution. So whatever money you invest as a Class A member, which basically gives you 11% yield and no capital appreciation. And you need to minimum hold 2 years your investment. So that means that you cannot withdraw your funds before completing 2 years, but you will be enjoying 11% of dividend. In Class B, it is a pure profit split, wherein 90% of the profit will go to Class B members, and the distribution on quarterly basis would be in the range of 6 to 9%. This is projected, but there is no upper ceiling, so it can go even to 12% or 15%, and because most of the profit is going to this Class B, so the more efficient our operation is, the more benefit Class B is getting. And the Class B members are going to own the 90% company. So that means any capital growth will be going 90% to this segment of the investors. And we are anticipating that every 5-year basis, you will get 2x return on your original investment. So just as a case, if you invest, let's say $25,000 today, every quarter you will be getting $500 as roughly $500 as a kind of distribution, and in 5 years you will get $50,000 as a investment exit appreciation. So in this Class B, you need to hold your investment for minimum 1 year. After 1 year, there is a flexible liquidation plan where you can withdraw partially, and after 5 years, you can withdraw fully. So Class B is one where you get all the benefit of appreciations, and you probably can uh, stay put in the company for long, long term, and you keep on getting the benefit of strategic growth, where from one horizon to another horizon, you will keep going as a member. So both these have limited number of seats available and only for accredited investors. So you need to meet the accreditation criteria, and we help you acquire that certification of accreditation through our partners and third-party service providers. So if you are meeting these financial criteria, we will help you get the certificate required for making this investment. Moving on, please. So as we are this is our first offering, and we launched this fund on October 6th, and for the very first quarter until December 31st, 2023, we are offering certain early bird advantages. These advantages are just for another 4 to 6 weeks here, and this is also to thank you, our investors, for their trust and partnership in this early stage. So today we are offering the price of $100 per unit, which is expected to go up on January 1st, 2024. And this will go up based on our acquisition that we will be completing in next couple of weeks. Then we are offering a 1% bonus unit if you invest more than $25,000. So minimum investment is $25,000, and then increment of $25,000. So if you are investing a minimum of 50,000, you will get 1% bonus unit. Secondly, since our portfolio is getting acquired now, so our true quarterly distribution will start from first quarter of 2024. But for the rest of the period, if you are making an investment today, you will be earning an 8% incentive for the rest of the days in 2023. And this 8% incentive can also be used to buy additional units in our portfolio. So overall, if you make investment today, you are getting 8% interest on your money for the number of days in 2023, and then your regular distribution will start accruing from January 1st. So these are the kind of three different incentives that we are offering just through December 31st, 2023. And we are expecting our unit price will go significantly higher in next quarter. So with that, I think I'm now coming close to the overall presentation, and I will encourage the question answers. Oh, so this is a liquidation plan wherein many other offerings do have a restriction that you cannot withdraw your funds for a long time or until a particular asset is sold. But in our case, we are offering you liquidity that you don't have to wait for selling of a asset. Rather, you can keep withdrawing in kind of small amounts every now and then. So after holding a minimum of 2 years for Class A members, you can withdraw full amount. No questions asked, no penalties. All 100% is available for withdrawal after 2 years in Class A. In Class B, you need to hold for minimum 1 year, and after 1 year, you can withdraw 5% every quarter. Once you achieve 3 years, you can withdraw 12.5% every quarter. So that translates that after first year, you can withdraw 20% in a year. After third year, you can withdraw 50% in a year. And after 5 years, you can withdraw 100% in a year. And you will be gaining the capital appreciation all along. So based on the current unit price, you will be getting the capital appreciation on your exit. So this is a very unique liquidation plan that you typically will not see in other offerings, and this gives you a comfort that we are more or less similar to stock market, that you can time your exit without being worried about the overall asset when it is going to get sold or not. So with that, I'll